bought is not going to go up, because now that establishment is going to be able to keep prices lower. So I'll be able to afford. Okay. No, I And you know what else? You know what else happened in Detroit that didn't happen in other cities? The unions made them pay a particular livable wage to their employees, and so the companies decided to move to other countries where they didn't have to pay that wage. But China's a communist country closer to what you want to believe. Yeah, I'm gonna say that maybe you should look a little bit more into China. I think you've got a lot of poor information. Okay, we we don't have a class system in the United States. China does. So so uh, okay, so like Steve Jobs, Bill Gates, Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, how but they all need rescued. I don't have. Oh, I got 2 hits.
Where are you guys? Hey, I'm trying to get out this fucking door.
Oh, you got it. Is that you, Sean?
No.
Yeah.
Are you guys dead?
Yeah, we're dead. We don't. We have nothing. We have nothing that resembles a class system in this country. If you are willing to pick yourself up from your bootstraps, you can go from being poor to rich in 1 generation. That's choice. Absolute choice. I do. They don't want. They no. They don't want to be, but they choose to be. There's a huge difference. Start your own. Start
Go
your own
get
business.
educated.
Yeah, get educated. Start your own business.
Anybody can get educated. There's so many.
Okay, then learn a
Learn a trade.
then learn a desired skill. Then you learn another one.
A lot of skills, so at any time you can say yes.
Well, if you're 75 and you were skilled and you don't have money saved up or means, then you failed. You didn't understand the concept of money. Yes, you failed. That's our rules. That's not possible. Not if you have a skill. If you're going and you're learning a skill, you always can save money. You can say anybody can save money. Okay? I don't know why the hell I don't know why you would be sleeping on 50 grand, but okay.
If you got 50 grand, you can live 2.5 years without any income, and in that 2.5 years you can learn a new skill. No, not off interest, off of that principle. You can live even longer if you invested a little bit and make some money off of it, but without it, you can live off of 20 grand a year.
You don't have a car. No. You don't have a car payment. Not a. There's. There. That's a choice. That's a choice. Sean. How many miles does your car have? I got 250 on mine. Lisa has 188. We got probably two of the most reliable cars I know of. No car payment. Choice. Absolutely every time. Sean, you think.
Sure, but most of the time those people have a whole list of excuses of why they are that and why they can't get anything else instead of just putting the effort into doing it. They'd rather come up with the excuses.
Or they just hit a lot, or they just hit, or they just hit a lot of deer.
Because they're lazy. Yeah. Have no initiative.
$13 an hour. That's good. That's good.
A livable wage.
Yeah, nice. Well, okay, so where is it? Is his wife working?
That was your choice to have a family.
Hold on,
only make $13 an hour.
So is his wife working?
You know, I'm damn near 40 years old. I don't have any kids, and a big, huge reason for it was because I didn't feel like I had enough money to support a kid in the way I'd want to support a kid, so I didn't have any kids. No, everybody gets to make that fucking choice.
Sorry, that's a choice. Having a child is always a choice.
That's a choice.
That's a choice.
There is no little uterus fairy that runs around and sticks babies up women's vages when they're sleeping.
A uterus fairy. Yes.
Yes.
I am saying that, yes. I'm saying that the same way China's saying that, and all the other countries that we just talk about are the second best country in the world are also saying that. No, actually, China said that if you are so poor, you're not allowed to have a child. They got rid of it, but they had a one child policy for anybody that could afford to have a child. Okay. 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 So you're poor and you have no skills. Okay? Let's just start with that. And you're pretty much only you can pretty much only work at fast food, which is important. I'll give you that. It's important to have a fast food. So, and you're making $13 an hour doing whatever you're doing. Okay?
Whoa, I just got...
Why is there... Why... So if you're doing that and your partner's doing that, then that's $26 an hour the two of you are making. A family of 3 should be able to survive on $26 an hour. I'm not sure who that is anymore. It used to be the United States, but it's not anymore. Because millennials aren't even getting married, so... Correct.
Hey!
Yeah.
Dicks.
Okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
Sure.
but
Sure.
that man that went out and got that job fucked our generations because now we're paying his pension 20 years after he retired.
But you could actually... Okay, but let me tell you this. No, 1. You can still do it with 1. So you don't know how much a plumber makes, or you don't know how much an electrician makes, or you don't know how much a coal miner makes, or you don't know how much a... Okay. Okay, how about a welder? You're good at welding. Yeah.
More like $20, $25 an hour.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay. No. Okay. But now let me okay, but let me tell you why what you're saying is utter bullshit. Okay, so mom can still stay at home and be a stay-at-home mom because we have the fucking internet where you can have a stay-at-home business and sell shit on eBay, on Etsy, on drop shipping, and you can make more money than working for someone else and still spend 90% of your time with your family.
No, anybody can do it. It comes down to laziness. Or motivation.
So wait, so they want to flip...
Because it makes them a livable wage.
So they want to flip burgers instead? Okay.
Well, 'cause...
Oh, okay. So how about this? So she doesn't want to do that. Maybe she wants to repair my pants because they're my favorite pair of pants, and I don't really want to go out and buy another pair. But I'll send them to her, and she'll charge a wage for me to sew the pants. How about that?
Well,
It's not what you want to do. It's a way to make some money.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing is you don't always get to
But
do what
hold
you
on.
want to do.
So wait. You're saying 20 years ago my dad wanted to be a maintenance mechanic, and that's why he went and worked overtime and worked all those hours at there. Okay. But now I'm confused because you're comparing those together. Okay. So
Trades.
So why didn't you choose to go that route then? Okay. Okay. Yes. The only reason that someone has a value is because I or someone else needs their service. That's it.
And if something's only as valuable as what somebody's willing to pay for it.
Okay. Absolutely. We do. So you don't drive a car that someone that was skilled at driving a car got paid to build. Sorry, building the car. Okay. But okay, but you're gonna buy the car off of him one time that's gonna last you 20 years, and so does that mean that so you buy a car off of him for $20,000 and now he pays you $20,000 and for the rest of that dog's life you clean its butthole? No, but I was using your example. No, I was totally saying everybody had a different skill set, and I was putting a price on it. The enemy doesn't go to lucky. No, so what I'm saying is, okay, so that person is awesome skilled at making a car. They make a custom car for you. Okay, and it costs and that car because of the pieces and parts and such, that car is going to cost $20,000 because maybe in your utopia the United States doesn't charge money, but China is still going to say you pay us money. Now, because freedom and freedom of speech is an awesome thing that people love, and we are the only country in the world with freedom of speech. So, yeah. Only country in the world that guarantees freedom of speech. Name me another country. Name me. Name me. Name me one. Okay. Well, no European country, not Australia. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. There could be a South American there could be a newer South American country that may have something similar to free speech, but usually if you go to most South American countries, they're currently ran by dictators. So okay. Oh, okay, but okay, so it's not that I have more chickens than you have. Because my chickens bred faster than yours did. I'm better at raising chicken eggs. Okay, fine. Let's just be honest. Then we can play the game. If you don't want to do that, I've got a bigger dick than you do. I mean, we're gonna compare. We're humans. We are going to compare things and try to make some. Okay, so you don't so then what do you think about so then what do you think so what do you think about Tesla? Okay, but that's but he made all of his money because of capitalism. So Tesla Tesla buying patents to make them available to everyone. That's still capitalism, but that's doing it in the way that you're talking about. Without then why would I invent something? Absolutely wrong. But where are these? Why do you keep thinking that these rich people are so evil, bad people? Like, okay, but some of that's choice. So wait, who should be educating us? But I mean, who's the so yeah, so we don't so we, so we don't want to send anybody into government schools. Oh, so you believe in the voucher? So you believe in the voucher system then?
There's a minigun up here if you want it.
Okay, the government gives everyone with children X amount of money. You get $5,000, and then you choose where to send your kid to for that $5,000. If you send them to a public school, then the public school gets that $5,000. If you send them to a private school, then that private school gets the $5,000. Well, yeah, but the voucher system. But then okay, so but the voucher system now allows you to send your kid to whatever school you want. You choose. You take the government money, and instead of putting it into public schools, you can put it into private schools.
Here.
Yeah, but you can't. You can't. You can't. You can't. Yeah, but you can't. You can't. You can't ask. You can't ask someone that's 8 that. But why? Again. Oh, so the person shouldn't be allowed to sell their vagina. Okay. Okay. But wait, no, but why are we talking about little kids now? Again, I thought we were just talking about prostitutes.
Oh.
Where you at, Sean? If the glove don't fit, you got to acquit. No, Mike. I like it too. I'm not in total disagreement with you. Just so you know, but there is other things I want you to think about. But you really need to listen to that podcast. You really do. I think you'll like. And even if you don't like that one, you'll love some of the other stuff he has to say. That one just happened to be relevant for our conversations, but a lot of his other stuff is right up your alley. So. Yeah, Audrey Markham. Aubrey Markham. Yeah. Yeah, Aubrey Markham. No, I actually think I think he's from out, like, California or Nevada or something like that. Oh no, he's got a bunch of this guy's got a bunch of videos. If you go under PlayStation chat under the text bar, I texted exactly right. It's one of his guests, so. Mm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is. And then the sun spits out an EMT and everybody dies because no one has a skill set. Yep. Yep. Well, I'm definitely in the same page as you. So. Okay, in your lifetime, technology has got worse. There's you have less food options. The healthcare system, more people are dying of diseases because because everything's stagnant and there's no innovation. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. What? Yeah. Okay. Here's a quick question. What was the big perk of the agricultural revolution when the agricultural revolution? Well, okay. So if you store grain, then how do you exchange that stored grain with somebody that stored a different grain that you wanted? Correct. You're right. You're. Oh no. Human said that's no. You just said the agriculture. You just said the agricultural thing is what started civilization, and I'll agree with you. Yes. And then somebody had to store it, and they had to protect it from pests. Someone's job was to protect it from the pests like the mice and molds and wind and rain and things of that sort. Forget other people. They had to protect it from the natural pests that exists. Sure. Sure, yeah. Absolutely. And capitalism is the way to do it. You're right. But here's the thing. I make a shit ton of money. I'm going to buy you a house. I'm going to buy Sean a house. I'm going to make sure you guys are set because I don't need all this money, and I'm going to spend it on the people that I like and my tribe, and I'm going to spend it on the people I care about. So now you're absolutely right, because that's what humans are. Yeah, dude. See that. Okay, and you know what happened after that? A bunch of small companies got the patent because it was open patented, and now there are 4 EpiPens on the market because of what he did, at lower prices than they were before he bought them. Maybe. Mm-hmm. Well, I don't want fluoride. I don't want fluoride in my toothpaste, so I at least need 2. Sean, do you want cinnamon or peppermint?
Yeah, right. Wait a second. We had way more than that. We had 20-some Republicans and how many different Democrats going after that? You know what's funny is, actually I just saw a report over the last 2 years, Trump's net worth has actually decreased as being president, when somehow every other president managed to have a massive increase in net worth during their presidency.
Mike, everything you're talking about, I understand, but here's the thing. In capitalism, okay, in the turn of the century, there was, I think, 102 car manufacturers that existed. Okay, in the United States now, what we have 5 major car manufacturers. Why? Because capitalism weeded out the ones that were bad at producing cars.
Japanese are making way better cars than the Europeans and the Americans.
So you're saying what you're saying is if you were able to get a free $80,000 car, you would get a Japanese or a European car before you get a Tesla? See, again, though, I just said cars and car manufacturers, and you immediately jumped to what your personal bias is. That's all I'm saying. Okay, why, you know...
Ford's gonna stop making the sedan. Ford's gonna stop making all sedans.
Yeah, all cars except for the Mustang.
They're still gonna make the Mustang.
Yep, all cars but the Mustang. But I think that's great. That they're choosing. The market has said people do not want Ford cars. Great.
Well, that was like in the very early 2000s, the Hummer and all the other big trucks, and then all of a sudden gas crashed and everybody got rid of their big trucks and went to the cars. And now we're recovering from it, and
it's the market.
Now we're going back to trucks.
That's how the free market is supposed to work. We are seeing the free market work. No, no, no. Okay, if you want, if
You can't take it by the individual though.
wait, so you're saying 5 years ago, 5 years ago, when you bought a PlayStation 3 that cost 199, and you buy a PlayStation 3 today that costs 199, but the technology is leaps and bounds better, but it's the same price.
The 4, you mean?
The 4, yeah. I bought. I paid the same. Okay, I'm just saying I paid the same price for my 3 and my 4. I paid the exact same price for both when they came out. Okay, so TVs. So a TV today. Okay, so your cell phone bill's more expensive than it was 5 years ago.
Well, they kind of they just changed the numbers around.
Okay, ice cream. So you're paying more for ice cream today than you were 5 years ago. We're not. I can tell. There is stuff we are. Ice cream's not one of them. Mm-hmm. And since luxury, vacation is a luxury and a choice. It's a luxury and a choice. Okay, so you can't save up $10 in the course of 30 days. Oh, sorry, Lisa, I'm not allowed to take you out to eat at any place that would cost us $10 to go out to eat. What? So do you not eat at Mexican restaurants? So have you never taken Michelle to the Waterloo that's right down the street? That's a fairly nice restaurant. Okay, you should probably go to the Waterloo. It's not an expensive place and it has a nice atmosphere. I mean, here's the thing. I understand what you're saying, but what I'm also saying is we currently have the ability to be able to go to actually fairly nice places. They just might not be the chain that you know of. But that's a choice. You could go if that was really something that meant something to you, you would go make that extra money that you need. So you don't have a product or a skill that you can sell, barter, trade for a small period of time to make. But what if you go be the first person for 2 or 3 years, so then you can have all the money you need to be the second person? I don't. Well, hold on. The majority. So let's go back to fundamentally. No. I'll be more than happy to say the majority. But here's the problem: what you were talking about before and what you're talking about now. The majority of kids 20 years ago didn't go in debt to college. They went and they were intelligent enough to go and get a job doing something else that didn't require them to go in debt. They didn't go to get a gender studies. They didn't go and get... Absolutely, you should not go to college and get a gender study degree because there's no point in it.
Well, there's a good reason for it.
Yeah, there's a good reason for it. Yeah. Okay. So if you...
But it'll cost you up to 50 grand.
If you study the difference between men and women in current society. Absolutely. But it's a legitimate degree. You can look it up almost any major college, okay? Another completely pointless degree would be race studies. Another pointless degree would be basic psychology. Another pointless degree would be sociology. Another pointless degree is biology. These are not beneficial in current society, and you are going in debt. As an undergrad, no point. No point in having an undergrad degree in biology. Yeah. 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 And we need those people to be damn good at science and a passion to do that. And you're going to go to masters. You are already, from your life plan is you're going to get your master's degree and your PhD. You're not going to stop with an undergrad degree at biology. With an undergrad degree in biology, you've just wasted 4 years of your life. If you stop there. But now they're $40,000 in debt. But I don't want kids spending 4 years to go to learn gender studies. I don't care if it's their passion. There's no point. Race diversity. Yep. Yeah, race diversity. It's a degree. Okay. But that's science, okay? Okay, so then maybe we should just not then kids don't need to go to college. But who decides under your free world, who decides what's useful? No, I'm just saying. No, no, no. I'm saying. So you go to school to get a piece of paper, or you go to school to get knowledge. Who judges if that's useful or not? What if I want to go to school and learn about why ink is black? Okay, so what you're saying is there's no teachers or mentors. Because you just talked about the internet. Why but wait, why would we under an automated world, why do we need doctors? For what? Like what? I mean, you can Google search it. Short absolutely. Absolutely. But you you could fix your you could just in that example right now, you could fix your leg right now on your own. So well, but what if no but, but what if you make dope music and no one likes you? But what if no? But what if they're making dope music and being a retard? Like, 'cause that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do. They want to be a retard. They want to be a shitlord. Oh, okay. So some things are not allowed. Okay, so some people are always gonna. So some people's actions are always gonna be valued over other people's actions. So someone that's acting moral. So someone that's acting moral has more value than someone acting like a retard. That has more. That has more value. Okay, so the guy that's beating on his wife, he shouldn't go to jail because he's equal to me who's not beating on my wife. Okay, so okay, so how are we deciding which people are deserving of being locked up and which people are not deserving of being locked up? Oh, so some values are more valued than other values. Well, we said we can believe whatever we want to believe. And we can do whatever we want to do. Okay, well, what if I don't harm anybody, but I want to teach someone one of those crazy religions? I'm personally not doing any harm, but I want to teach someone that it's perfectly fine to beat somebody else up. But I've never beat anybody else up. I've never done anything bad, but I'm teaching other people that it's okay. Because that's what I want to do. Because that's what my God says. But I don't think I need mental help. I think I'm perfectly fine. Oh, okay. So now the rest is, well, I'm not beating on anybody. I'm just saying it's perfectly okay. But the rest of society now values not beating on people is more valuable than beating on people. So there's a value already put in place. See, what I'm trying to get with everything is there's always everything has a value, and if it doesn't have a value, we as humans find a way to add value to it.
Like thrift stores are so popular.
No. Okay. I will okay, well, hold on, but let's address a pertinent issue. You also believe the Earth is round and that we've been to the moon, correct? Okay, so you've been in space and you've seen it. Cool. Oh, okay. So how do you know how do you know the moon is round if you've not been to space to see it? Oh, okay, cool. So that means that the Earth so that means that the Earth is also the shape of a cloud, because every time I look in the sky, I see clouds. And so the Earth must be a weird shape like that. No, why do you believe the Earth is round? You believe the Earth is round because someone told you, and you believe that they're not lying to you, which is no different than why people believe in religion. That's what's important. You have no real evidence to prove. And all the preachers that are trained to channel a higher being. No, they're preachers. Oh, like gravity. Like which gravity is a thing? Is it Newton's gravity or is it Einstein's gravity? No, see, so here's what I'm explaining. You have to trust in someone else's science. So you are trusting in the words of someone else because you aren't testing it yourself. So you're trusting. Oh, okay. So when you have a bunch of religions that get together and they all believe that there's some type of creator, that's peer reviewed by a bunch of people that have different books that look at it in a particular way and see that there's a higher creator. Oh, absolutely. They don't use science. No, they use religion. Oh, okay. So the scientists are now worth more. So the scientists are now worth more than priests because you believe the science is closer to. Oh, and you can you can prove you with a shadow of a doubt can prove that there's no such thing as a creator of any religion, of any of the religions that's out there. They're all wrong. You know or you have read scientific proof. Okay. Where are you where I'm just curious where you're reading this science at, because I've never seen which. Okay, but hold on, again though, so so again so unfortunately again you're sticking yourself to the major religions that you think you know, but like for example. Okay, but hold on, no, you keep saying that there's not a creator, so what's your theory of I'm just going to call it simulation theory, so that we could live in a simulation, that someone else is programming this reality. That's a religion. There's a religion based on that. Oh, okay. Okay, so your science that you believe. Okay, the science that you believe doesn't actually prove anything, but it theorizes that. But what? Okay, so then how do we know how old the Earth is? Because we can't actually accurately. We have no mechanics to check if that's accurate or not. There is no mechanics to check if we accurately know how old the Earth is. There's no way to. So who was around then, or can we time travel back to make sure that we're right on that number? Okay, but you just said water boils at a particular temperature, and we know it, and it happens every time. But when it comes to knowing the age of the Earth, we cannot scientifically check that. It's impossible. We have no way to verify. We can't verify it. How do you verify it? Go back. How do we go back? We can't go back 403 billion years ago and say, yep, we're right. Here's the day it started. But what if they're wrong? Okay, you're only cover again out of the tens of thousands of religions in the world, you're covering 2 or 3 of them. Okay. Okay, so after something that we have no idea blew up, a bunch of matter corrugated together and it smushed into a giant ball, and the ball just got a little bit bigger and started spinning around another bigger ball that happened to be burning plasma, and over time the burning plasma ball and chemicals joined together to cause water, and after the water chemicals joined together, magically life formed out of that. That story is just as much of a story as a bunch of animals got on a boat because some angry god flooded the planet. It's all a fantasy story. And now if you want to talk about provable science, if you want to talk about, it's unknowable. I don't think the Earth is flat. I just don't. I know it's not the spinning ball that they show us on TV. I know it's not, because if it was, okay, cool. So when you play, so you play pool on a circular pool table, because on a pool table the cue ball's round, the 8 ball's round, all the other balls are round, but the table that it's being played on is a flat rectangle. No, it must be a giant ball circle too. Well, why? But oh, so when the cue ball, so when the cue balls are sitting on the table in that nice little form, that has nothing to do, and that's the perspective. They can, because right now we're standing on an object that we don't know what the shape of, fantasizing that it's the same shape as the object we're looking in the sky. That's all we're doing. We're fantasizing. We've never taken a picture. We have never taken a picture of the Earth. Every picture of the Earth is a composite. You can look that up on NASA's website. Every picture of the Earth is a composite. So we have. No, I'm trying to tell you the. Oh no, I'm trying to tell you the Earth is not round. It could be round. It probably is round. It looks round to our eyes. Okay. Yep. Okay. Sure. Because maybe we're the center. Why? Cell phones don't work with satellite communication. Neither does the internet. Doesn't use satellite. Yep. Nope. Go look up transatlantic and transpacific wiring corridors. Yep. The closest that we have is Google putting up the The internet balloons. That's the closest we have to satellite internet. Why? So, okay. That's oh, okay. So we'll take off that. We'll take another subject that I know you that you believe in. You believe in peak oil, right? Okay. Do you know when peak oil? Do you know when peak oil? Do you know when peak oil was first introduced? 18, 1892. In 1892, David Rockefeller, who owned Standard Oil, came up with peak oil and started calling it dinosaur juice, so he could raise the price of oil, calling it a scarcity that was going to run out. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And we produce more oil than we ever have in history. Oh, but the scientists in the 50s said we were going to hit peak oil in the 80s. Scientists in the 70s said we were going to hit peak oil in the 90s. Scientists in the 90s said we'd be peaking oil in the early 2000s. No, we've never hit peak oil. We produce more oil now than we ever have in history. We extract more. Fracking is natural. Fracking is natural gas. It's not oil. We extract more oil than we ever have in history, ever. But if it was really peak oil, we should have been running out by now. We should have just dropped right off of that. We should have just dropped right off of that pole. Oh, so we use less oil than we did in the 70s. Well, we actually do know how to make oil. So look up green algae oil. It is. It's actually pretty awesome. And if we could perfect it, we would never need to drill again. So, absolutely. No. Again, you absolutely don't. It's one of the things that upsets me. But anyways, see again, you have to understand. And you know why a small business doesn't just jump on that and make absolute millions and billions, because because of government subsidies and government rules that allows the big corporations to not do that. So if we get rid of some of those subsidies and we let the free market capitalism work, then those small green algae companies will start up and be bigger than. Oh, so that's what happened. That's what Tesla. That's what Elon Musk and Tesla did with all the patents for electric cars. Oh, so that's what happened. That's what happened to the guy that invented the polio vaccination. Okay. Let me let me Mhm. But now let's reverse that. What if you're friends with the judge? Okay. Yeah, that's called being the tribe. Why? What if your neighbor's just an ass and wants to steal your TV? What if he just wants it? Just cuz, for shits. Well, I might want your PlayStation. Because I might just want your PlayStation because it's funny. You're absolutely right, but maybe I want the second one. Just right because. But I'm not wanting it because of scare. I'm not wanting it because of scarcity or anything like that. I'm wanting it because I'm a dick. And people will always be dicks. You're absolutely right, and and like I said before, we are the absolute greediest, and we give the most money, and we help more people in the world than any other country does. Why are you again? You're so jumping into this. Okay. So what about Rotary International that's saved millions of lives in third world countries because they've built awesome technology and such there? What about these organizations that feed the hungry and what if that's someone's passion? What if that's what they love to do? There's always going to be homeless people. Always. So natural disasters don't happen. Okay. But you're only talking about America. We're talking about the world. Yep. Okay, but how long you think it's going to take to rebuild those houses? It absolutely matters if you're one of the people without a house. If it takes 4 days or if it takes 2 months, you kind of want to know if you're getting that house. So that's why it does matter. So whose house gets built first? Okay, and so you would build a giant. You would hold on. So you would build a giant cement or brick house someplace. But then what if something happened and it needed to be destroyed? Now you have an ecological disaster on your hands because you got a lot of waste products. So just because it is scientific, let's just say there's some reason it has to be destroyed. We don't know. Reason X. There's lava in it now. It's halfway full of lava. The second half is there. The best thing to do is just destroy it. But now you have it. Now you have. But now you have an economic. Now you have. See, it's not. Sometimes the science doesn't look at all the variables. Oh, so I can use more. So then I get to use more resources because I want to live on top of the volcano. Sweet, I get more resources because I'm going to live on top of a volcano. So can I live on top? Can I live on top of the volcano? Or I'm saying that we know that my house is going to get destroyed in 5 years, so I get to build another house on a volcano next time. So while I'm not going to be. Lava is really slow and it won't get to it. I'll be able to leave and get everything out of my house in time. I'm positive, so I'm not worried about that. 100% positive. 100% positive. And if I don't get my shit out of time, I'm not worried. I'll get new shit. I'll just tell somebody I need some more shit and it'll just give me more shit. Oh, I'll get my animals out plenty of time. My animals will be gone in plenty of time. Okay, so APAU Hawaii tours and watch what's happened in Hawaii the last month, and you can see how slow lava actually works. Super slow. The people had two. Oh, okay. So no one ever builds in Tornado Alley or floodplain or in San Francisco or any place on the coast where the hurricanes happen. But I like the ocean, and I want to build my house in Florida, even though the ocean's gonna eat it. I build it again because that's what I want, and that's what your society gives me. I. But why but why but I don't think it's gonna. That was a one-time hurricane. It's not gonna happen again for another 5 years. So I just might build my house back there again. The technology, but in the next 5 years, the technology will be able to warn me sooner, so I'll be able to get out sooner. There's a guy doing that actually. It's pretty awesome. So I can have as many houses. So every house that gets destroyed, I just get a new house. Sweet. Awesome. I'm excited. I want to live on top of a volcano, and I want to live in a hurricane zone. Man, you must have never met Murphy, because
I know who Murphy is.
Because the second
he's a real fuckhead.
Because the second you build that awesome table that's never gonna break, something's gonna fall on it and break that table in half. Because that's what Murphy does. I got that car that's never gonna break, and then lightning strikes it.
That goddamn Murphy.
Okay, so do I get to live? Do I get to have, in your world, do I get to have all the replacement parts I want for my body so I can live to be 1,000 if I want? Cool. Cool. And I keep getting, and I can keep, so for the next 2,000 years, I can get robotic arms and build, and every 5 years build my house on the volcano. Okay, then I'll build it in a floodplain. That's whatever. That's where I'm moving to next. I mean, I don't ever have to worry about it. I'm gonna get a new house. Yeah. Fuck resources, man. Just because we live on a finite planet, I can keep getting my houses built. Nah, dude, I got replacement parts. They're just gonna take my brain out and put it in another body. So that my arms, legs burn up, I'll just put my brain in another body. No worries, I got a spare one. Dude, somebody's gonna invent a robot that can do that while a volcano's going off. I mean, there's got to be someone in the world that wants to invent a brain installing robot that can withstand volcanoes. So, Mike, you're breaking up real bad right now. Oh, okay.
Wait a second. You just said you're about to get off for starters.
Okay, I won't say any more. And my volcano house. Yeah. Super excited. Of building my volcano house. Yeah.
Man, you need to go to Cuba with me. And you can have exactly that, but you can also see how the people live that are restrained like that.
Yeah, Sean, I know you always wanted to be a dentist. Sean, you wanted to be a dentist? I need a tooth extracted. Fuck going to a dentist. What do they know? Yeah. Cuba should have gave up their cigars. So here's let me just let you've never been out of the country, have you? Okay. Okay. So no, let me just recap everything that you says. Everything you say is spectacular if we could get the world, every country in the world to agree with you. You don't know anything about the Asian Peninsula. You know nothing about the Asian Peninsula, and it'll never happen. No, no, it's not about dictators. It's about the people. And the Israelis and the Jews, and they're just gonna, and Hezbollah and the Jews are just gonna get along and shake hands, and it's all gonna be great. And the Chinese and the Japanese, they're gonna be like, "You slant-eyed gook, we love you too," and it'll all be good. And the and the 1 billion Hindu that believe in the caste system, you're gonna convince them that forget your religion. You don't need to do these great things in your life so you can move up to the next caste system. We're all just gonna be friends. Okay, so I'm just gonna leave you. I'm just gonna leave you with this. I can tell that you've never been around a very young child, with this whole idea that you don't believe in human nature. Okay, so you've never so you've never seen two young children fight over, not old enough to learn any cultural things yet, but fight over food, or fight over a bottle, or fight over a toy that they wanted. Oh, so human nature. So when a baby takes something from another, a baby takes something that doesn't belong to them, or that's from something else. That's just a kid being kid. There's nothing psychological about that. That's human nature. Well, we do know it takes it because it doesn't have it. And that's where human basic and basic human instinct would evolve from. Is if you really wanted to see it without cultural influences onto that, that would be the time to be able to observe what is actually human nature and what is a learned behavior. And um, self self-preservation is human nature. and so try trying to collect as much resources at any age, trying to collect as much resources as you can to enhance your survival is I mean, if you don't want to use the term, if you don't want to use the term human nature, you could just say it's nature. But a child's not taught that. And they kill and we had cannibalism, and we ate other human beings, and we murdered the fuck out of other people on the planet. Human nature. Yeah, I've seen the movie. If you die in your house, your dog will eat you. Yeah. Okay. So then what about my situation? I was raised Christian, but I'm not Christian, but I believe in a way more complicated thing than I can explain right now, in a creator that has nothing to do with a god that you would have any, that in your, if once I explained it all to you, you wouldn't view it as a god. Mm-hmm. Except for psychologically. Mm, people do. Some people do. But what I'm saying is I wasn't taught what I believe. I wasn't taught. It's been developed over an ample amount of pulling things from lots of different resources. So it's not cultural. It wasn't culturally, and there's no culture behind what I believe. Okay, but here's my question. Science isn't about proving things true. Science is about proving things false. Can you falsely approve? Can you prove what I believe false? And you can't. You can't prove that there's not a God. But that's not how science works. Hmm. Also, it gets peer reviewed. That's actually what peer review means. You should look that up. Okay, so all a scientist is someone that agree. All a scientist is someone that agrees upon someone else's facts. That's it. Yep. Oh, oh, okay. So, but I guess what I'm also saying is, when we were. Hmm? Well, you're just so you know, you shouldn't use the you shouldn't use the flood explanation, because in the fossil record, there's proof that the water was actually, the entire planet was covered in water for at least a short period of time. It might have only been small lakes, but there was actually very little land on the entire. That was actually when the last time the polar ice caps melted. We don't. We don't. Yeah. The, the Noah say 6,000 years. The Hopis say that the Great Flood happened about 12,000 years ago. You have some of the Aboriginals of Australia that said that it was probably about 15,000 years ago. So so you've got multiple cultures passing around in their lore with no connection that there was some great flood. So we know the Great Flood now. How the story got embellished and how the telephone game changed the story is where the religious stories come from. Okay, so I have another question. So I have another question. Do you believe in dinosaurs? Next time you have some free time, get online and look up how many dinosaur bones, how many dinosaur skeletons were found intact, and how many are just absolutely just made up. Like Stegosaurus and Brontosaurus are no longer dinosaurs. 90% of dinosaurs. 90%. No. I'm not saying. Okay, so also look up DNA found in dinosaur skull. A Tyrannosaurus, a Triceratops. 2008, a woman, whatever, dinosaur person, found usable DNA inside a dinosaur skull. It's peer reviewed. Well, that would disprove one of two things that would happen. It would either say dinosaurs are not as old as we say they are, or two, the science of saying that DNA could not last that long. One of those two scenarios is wrong. So science was proven wrong the second she found usable DNA in the skull of a Triceratops. So science that day was proven wrong. Now, we don't know what part of the science, but a peer-reviewed, recognized aspect of science was proven wrong that day. No, I'm just saying there's two types of science. There's practical science and there's theoretical science. Theoretical science is no different than religion. Practical science is provable. Me and you can do it. If me and you had the technology or had access to a lab, me and you can show that it happens or not. Theoretical science, which is space, time, and certain other things, is theoretical. There is no way to prove it, so it is absolutely no different than theology. Knowing how old the earth is no different than saying that Jesus walked on the planet. It's exactly the same thing, because both are unknowable. We can never know. But I just told you that they found DNA inside of a dinosaur. Okay? So the dinosaur is either not at. So that dinosaur, all you gotta do is look it up. you're absolutely right. They can't write mainstream shit about this right now because it's going to overturn one of two sciences. Either dinosaurs aren't as old, or the fossil record, or DNA can last longer than we thought. Either way, that's going to change how we carbon date things, which in turn is going to trickle down the entire scientific world. So until they can get this study and prove which of those two happens, there's no reason of coming off and saying this to the average person who really doesn't give a shit. The average person cares more about Kim Kardashian than the fact that dinosaurs might not be as old as that we think they are. Here's where we're in total agreement, except for the fact that you keep throwing in this negative thing about money, and um, and the root of the problem isn't money. That's the root of the problem isn't money. The man, I think it I see I think it I think I think it unify I think money unifies people. So I do I Going back to the corn analysis, I grow awesome fields of corn, and I say, you know what? I'd like to find some people that also want to help me grow some awesome corn, and I want to give them money because I want my corn to stay awesome. So I go to you and I say, dude, I'm gonna give you $100,000. You. Because what if you suck at selling that corn, but you're awesome at growing it? I'm good at both. Then why the fuck am I gonna go through it? Again, I know, again. If I can grow more, I can feed more people. More people won't go hungry. Okay, but you know what it takes to grow more? It takes more time, it takes more labor. And then the technology breaks and millions of people starve to death because I didn't know how to do it without the technology. Done. I did. See, I completely disagree with what you're saying there. Nothing will ever get better. Nothing will ever get better than high def TV. High def TV, high def TV. High def TV is the optimum for our vision. If they can make ultra high def, they can make super ultra high def, but in reality, it will never. Our eyes don't have the ability to perceive past that. So done. It'll have to evolve into a completely different object that is no longer a TV. Okay, but it's not a TV. It's not a TV anymore. But all technology in every field has a limit point just like that. At some point, every technology will hit that limit point, and either A, it will be replaced by a completely new type of technology, just how the rotary phone got ultimately replaced with the cell phone, but at some point, every technology will reach a pinnacle, and there might not be a replacement for it. Okay, radio is a great example. There's never been a replacement for radio. So it paused. It paused right where it's at. Food production. But it will reach a pinnacle. It'll reach a pinnacle someplace. Okay, but then population. Then the population will also hit a particular point. There, you'll go back to the resource of people. Yeah, we have too many people. Easily. We can probably feed 100. We can probably, with your technology and everything you're going, we can probably pop 1 trillion people on this planet. Okay. But again with this should, could, would, now you're starting to put morals, you're starting to put value on things. We're going back to this value system that you're trying to get rid of. No, I'm not. It's not moral value. It's the value of life. Okay, so I have 11 kids and you have 10, so I'm better than you because I had 11 kids. But I'm telling you, I'm telling my friends, I'm telling everyone I know. But I just raised my kids that if you have 11 kids and instead of 10 kids, you're better. So now my kids, even in your perfect system, now my kids, it'll only take 1 or 2 generations for that to perpetuate down, in your fantasy of equal value could just be destroyed by one person. Because I'm a shitlord. Because I'm a dick. Because I think it's funny. Why does some of my ducks pick on other of my ducks? Because that's what things do. Things are shitlords. Why do cats pick on other cats? Why does one dog dominate? You have one dog that dominates over your other dog. Okay, why? It doesn't need to. Everything's going to be equal. But humans, we're pack animals. Okay. Absolutely. So we're pack. So I'm a shit. So you're asking why I'm doing this is because I'm a pack because I'm a pack animal and I think it's fun. Because I'm a pack animal and I want to be head of the pack because that's what because absolutely. My sperm's better, our genetics are better because I was able to have one more than they were. We're superior. Only need one of those 11 kids to believe it, and it perpetuates it. And we have shitlord number 2. But why is it gonna be more or less stress? I've got the technology to help out with everything I need. In my volcano house. I'm throwing variables in there that to make you think outside of your paradigm, because you have very set yourself to this paradigm, and I think absolutely. But okay, so you keep going back and says the data shows it's not capitalism. Well, okay, so is this the same data that shows that it's not communism, that's not socialism, that's not feudalism, that it's not any system that we currently have. So one of the system naturally has to be better than the other systems. we have capitalism in this country currently, but we have we have Argentina that has socialism. We have the Scandinavian countries that have the Nordic model.
All right, I'm outie.
I'll
My
talk to you later,
headphones
dude.
are about to
Okay,
die.
talk to you later.
Mike, I'll talk to you soon. All right, see ya.
Absolutely, there is. Oh, absolutely, absolutely. There's a war on homelessness when it comes to capitalism. Those are potential. Those are potential customers that are not paying you. I'm, but that's capitalism. But we're talking about capitalism. But here's the thing. Hold on. Okay, but they totally. But under capitalism, they totally could. If I could help them get jobs. If I could help them get jobs under pure capitalism, if I could help them get jobs so that they buy my product or they work for my business, now they're going to elevate. They're going to be better off than where they are right now. Absolutely. Absolutely going to get more. Absolutely going to get more of the piece of the pie than they are. No, it's not slavery. I I am putting more ingredient. I am putting. I'm putting more ingredients into this pie. Okay. Absolutely. And you're not. But you're not. You're not. But you're not replicating it. So I'm taking my time and choosing to replicate it, so I should be reimbursed for the time that I'm doing so that I can continue to do more and help more and more. You take. Okay. But are you happy, and are you helping more and more people? Then we're equals. No, then just because our financial numbers are different, why not? Then raise your price. See, you don't see I guess see fundamentally you also don't understand you obviously don't understand 80/20 is either way. So 80% of your business should come from 20% of your customers, and the reason behind that is if 80% of my profit comes from me working 20% of my time, then that means 80% of my time I can put towards help doing other things. That means I can put towards doing other things that I actually want to do. And so I instead of spending. It's not about it's this then. But again, you're mentioning things that you have more control over than you think, and you're assuming that the average person is an idiot and can't manage. If you're I agree. Okay, see, wait, hold on. I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna stop you there. You're making assumptions of stuff you don't know because you've not talked to those people. You've not asked the people if. I that kind of stuff that's been around forever. And that's what happens when you allow the socialization of education. You dumb down to the dumbest part of population. You lower standards. But your kid doesn't need to go. Your kid doesn't. We live in a technological era. Your kid doesn't need to go to school to learn everything you're just telling it. You as a responsible adult, if you you're right, you can't know everything, but the internet knows everything about everything, and it's your responsibility to find that stuff that the internet knows. Yeah. It'll be fine. What? No one, but some people. No, all public education is fundamentally the same. All government education is fundamentally the same. That's what happens. Yeah. Are endless. Sorry. They are. They're endless. There's just yes, you have endless in the 21st century there is endless options. No, it's not easy, but everyone can do it. It's not easy. You right now, I'm just telling you right now. Right now, you could get a hold of the Ohio Ag Department. You could work out a deal with them, some way, shape, or form, to start putting high tunnels or something in your backyard, and you could start growing food because that's a skill that you have. You could do that. You could go contact greenhouses. You could go contact some of the bigger things. You could tell them your skill set. You could go and do that. You could go, if you just want to wash dogs, you could go find a private dog washer or a private thing like that. You could go to them and say, this is what I would like to get paid. Now they have the right to say no, but you can do it. Why are you looking at, again, why are you looking at the big businesses? Most people in the United 75% of people in the United States are employed by medium to small businesses. The other 75% of people are employed by medium or small businesses, and medium businesses are 150 employees or less. Well, when you talk about a thing like PetSmart or Walmart that's got 15,000 employees, that's why it was considered medium. No, someone doesn't have to do. See, that's where maybe you don't understand. No, if based on the free market, if people said no, I am not going to work at Walmart for the wages that you are going to pay me, and that's how the free market works, then Walmart would either A, have to close, B, have to automate things, or 3, have to raise prices. But because people don't... But that's how free... That is pure free market right there. Pure free market. No. Totally free market. Totally free market. You are saying... Because you are saying I am not voluntarily giving you my time for this resource that you're giving me, which in this case is money. I am not participating in this exchange of time versus resources. That's the free market. That's all the free market is, an exchange of time. Is time versus resources, or resources versus resources. That's all the free market is. Basic on the basic level. But some people are more valuable than other human beings because they have a skill set. They've dedicated more time to learn X, Y, Z. So they are more valuable. Okay, so pause. So fundamentally, I want that kid to have the same opportunity. Now, what happens after everyone has the same opportunity, I don't care about. I want everyone to have the ability to get the same opportunity. The outcome, I have no control over. If every the only reason they're not is because of current government regulations. Oh, they're gonna take care. They're gonna take care of their trickle. No. They're going to take care. Okay, so that Harley factory got shipped overseas, and now that Harley factory, wherever they ship that to, when Trump opens up those tariffs and stuff, know that that Harley factory, when they bring their products back in the United States, because they're not American-made products, are going to pay more money on the tariffs. So is the guy in America worth more than is the American Harley factory worker worth more than the Mexican Harley factory worker that's now going to get a job? Okay, but what about all the people it's just helped? Okay, but some Mexican people's now gained a job. Okay, but absolutely, absolutely. Oh, they're gonna have a lot better life than they had though. They're gonna have a better life than they had in Mexico. So our American worker is more valuable than the Mexican Harley worker. Okay. Or he's gonna go down the street and get another job building another type of motorcycle. Or he's gonna become, or he's gonna be an entrepreneur. He's gonna go in and be an entrepreneur. I mean, you're giving what ifs, and I can give what ifs too. So it's not luck. It's not no, no. It's not luck. It's not luck. Luck when you succeed in business, it's not luck. It's skill. It's not. There's no cheating. There's no cheating other people. If you supply someone a good that they want and they're voluntarily paying that money for that good, that means A, they say that good is valued of that particular value, and two, they are happy to pay that, and you are doing in exchange your time for their money, which in turn means you spent. That's a tax. That's a government tax. The first question you need to ask is why. And then you go and okay, but see again, but again, what you're doing is you're talking to someone that has no say in anything. Okay, what you need to do is you need to go to that grocery store and say, hey, why does this bag of green beans go down 4? And they said, I don't know. So you contact the manufacturer, why is this now 4? Well, we found that more people were wasting it. Well, then why didn't you lower the price? Well, because it's just as expensive to do this or that. Or they're going to tell you that the price of beans went up because now the price of the pesticides went up, or maybe the price of something else went up. There is always a chain to follow that. Rarely is the price increased so that the company can make more money. There are exceptions to that, but rarely is that the case. I worked retail. Do you know what? You know why you raise prices right after? You know why you raise prices right after Thanksgiving is because people will pay it, because people want the convenience of finding the object now, because people are not willing to delay gratification and buy Christmas presents in February. I agree. I understand. I don't buy it. I don't buy people's. I don't buy people's shit. Yeah, it's called. See that's called consumerism, which is not part of capitalism. It's a separate entity. You can have consumerism in a communist country. You can have consumerism in a socialist country. You can have consumerism in it. Yeah, which has nothing. Which is completely separate from capitalism. It's not what creates it, because you can have the very same. You can have the government says to be a good employee, everyone has to buy a PlayStation even if you can't afford it, because that is what the government tells you that you have to supply for your kids. That's communism. It's still consumerism. No, but what I'm saying is, still under consumerism, under a communist country, that would be the model. The government says you have to buy this PlayStation to give to your kids. If you don't, you're a bad citizen and you can be punished. That's communism. Okay, but here's the thing. It's still a choice. And it can make it really hard. It makes it a really hard choice. But it's still ultimately a choice. I understand. I'm not saying that the materialism is a good thing. It's actually a really bad thing. Okay. So let me okay. So do you know what? So in the People's Republic of Congo, the reason why elephants aren't extinct is because they gave people of particular tribes. Oh, okay. If you want to go to bed, we can talk about this later. I don't want you to get in trouble. I'm sorry. I agree. Yep. It is a lot to think about. I, again, you just need to listen to even if you don't want to listen to that capitalism one first and you want to listen to some of his other podcasts first. He's got some really good ones. Listen to Aubrey Markham. He's the next step past where you want to be after where you're at right now. You will really dig this guy and his views. The guest about capitalism is just, it's just one thing. His views, like he's a big believer in ayahuasca journeys and connecting with your real self through ayahuasca. So okay. You should do it twice. You should do it twice. You should do it twice a year. Oh, by the way, um, oh, I'll say so. Two quick things. Did the baby chickens do okay? You still have them? Okay. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Cool. Okay. Your shiitake log. You should soak it every once in a while in one of the fish aquariums. The third one, and I'll leave you with this. And the third one is at some point in the next, like I was telling Michelle, sometime in the next year,